Okay, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I'm in my backyard. About to shoot a video outside. It's not as hot. It's still hot, but it's actually a little breeze out here. And so if you hear some lawnmowers and whatnot, man, it's Louisiana. People always cutting grass down here. And yeah, it's a beautiful day out here. As you can see, clear skies. But the humidity is knocked down because of that slight breeze. But yeah, as it get nicer, man, I'll probably be doing some live videos back here, chilling out, getting everything going. Got the pool going right here. About to take a little dip day off. So, yeah, man, let's get right into the video. Okay, I'm back, man. First, I'm going to shout out SC4 Gun Cleaner. Check them out, man. I'll put a link in the description if you want to purchase some gun cleaner. It's awesome. I got a video coming up showing me using this to clean my Huxworks Flow suppressor. Good product, man. All natural stuff, made in USA, veteran owned. And shout out to Freedom Brothers Armory over here in Metairie off Causeway. If you're in the New Orleans metro area, Metairie, Kenner, by the airport, whatever, you need some ammo, accessories, suppressors. They got it all for you, man. Check them out, Freedom Brothers Armory. But yeah, let's get into the video, man. This is basically a video about the Glock 34 Gen 5 9mm and the Glock 35 40 caliber Gen 4. However, they didn't make a Gen 5, but they did make the Gen 4 MOS ready. They just didn't do the slide serrations. So yeah, and they put the finger grooves on there, but everything else is. Oh, I mean, let me back up. I don't. Yeah, it's not actually fully Gen 5 because it's not ambidextrous for the slide stop, but it is. You can flip the mag catch. So they halfway there, halfway Gen 5. Gen 4.5. No. But yeah, man, it's kind of like a tabletop, man. I'm in my backyard, so again, you're gonna hear cicadas and lawnmowers and all kind of stuff. So, just bear with me. But what I want to talk about was man, these these first of all, these firearms are the same length as a 1911. So I wanted to just, clear up that people say you can't conceal carry this. Yes, you can. Yes, you can conceal carry this. And particularly if you're an outside waistband carrier, you definitely can do it. Now, if you inside waistband or appendix, depending on your body shape, it might be a little issue. But I think we need to stop the notion of saying that you can't carry full-size firearms. Yes, you can, man. That's just people who are just addicted to micro compacts and stuff like that. They just can't conceive that. Ooh, you can carry this Glock 35. Yes, you can carry this Glock 35, and there's a lot of advantages in carrying a full size firearm. Uh, there's nothing wrong with carrying a Glock 34. I mean, you could pull this off. This is a 9mm, and it don't shoot that heavy. It's a very soft shooting gun, and it's going to be even softer shooting with the longer slide. So yeah, these full size firearms got a place for sure in the concealed carry world. Not to mention they killing it in duty and military and stuff like that, law enforcement. So the civilians are kind of missing the boat on this because they're all hooked on subcompacts and micro compacts and all that kind of stuff, and they just don't really put these guns in their hands and go to the range and fire them. They will have a totally different opinion about them if they put them in their hand. They probably just don't want to buy it because they feel like it's not practical. But really, the micro compacts are the ones that are not really that practical because if you don't train and you got a micro compact, you're more likely to get deleted by the bad guy if he has a gun. Because the problem with micro compacts, if we're talking about without a lot of training, just like I'm gonna go buy a micro compact and then just carry it. That's very dangerous. Whereas a full size, without a lot of training, and you carry it and pull it out, you have a better shot still getting a more accurate shot off. Yeah, because the recoil is not going to be so impulsive on you. But either way, without training, no matter what barrel length it is, you're still going to be shit up a river without a paddle. But what I'm getting at with the micro compacts without a lot of training, just to say I got a gun on me. First of all, when you go to draw, you're probably going to fumble a little bit with finding the handle and getting a good grip on the handle and pulling it out. And then when you actually draw it, if the goon in front of you is ducking and dodging and whatever, now your shot's all over the place. What I like about when you pulling out a full-size firearm like a 1911 or one of these, as soon as you put your hand on the grip, and I got medium-sized hands, large, I would say large, not medium, they're large, they're not extra large, but they're large. As soon as I grabbed the pistol out of my holster, I almost got a perfect grip already. And I know with subcompacts and micro compacts, sometimes you're micro adjusting as you pulling the gun out. So for me, that's a difference. That makes a big difference. Hold on for a second. Yeah. So this optic was dirty. I was gonna turn it on. So yeah, that makes a difference to me. Absolutely makes a difference. Now the daylight, that's one thing about your dots. You got to turn your dots up. But I think that's something that gets overlooked is upon drawing. Even with, let's say you train a lot, you still it's a little bit more difficult to get that clean draw with the micro compacts and some subcompacts, but for sure the micros, you have to train with your draw. This is a Zulisi Oak Plus Pro G right here. Zulisi makes some great optics. So yeah, I just think that that's something that gets overlooked a lot, really, when it comes to carry firearms and the size that you carry and stuff like that. And this is the Zulisi Oak Plus. That's the G because it has the three reticles, circle reticle dot, and and that's why I really like 40 cal, and particularly in a platform like this, because you don't really you don't fumble when you draw, and then when you actually get out there and get shots down range, they're very accurate because they're longer slide. You get better velocity in a civilian situation. If you were pinned down somewhere behind a car and you had either one of these thumpers right here, I promise you, the bad guy, they gonna ease up because they gonna feel that velocity coming that way, that impact hitting those balls, those bullets hitting the wall or a car or whatever you got to do to you trying to defend yourself. We're talking about a defensive situation where people are shooting at you and you pin down. These type of firearms are gonna do you more justice under duress for sure. Now let's take a look at these two because they're basically virtually the same firearms. They're basically the same firearms. You have the Glock 34 right here, front serrations, optics cut ready, got the light. This one's full ambi. You got your slide stop release. You can flip the mag, slide stop release. You can put the mag. I'm left-handed. Now, what I did notice for now, if people follow my channel, I had a Glock 34 Gen 3, and so I upgraded. And what I did notice they did on the Gen 5 compared to this is the Glock 34 Gen 5. I had the Glock 34 Gen 3. I traded it. But what I'm saying is that they didn't cut the slide out on this one. And after further research, I found out they did more work on the slide, made it a little different, and the recoil thing is a lot different too. So they didn't have to cut the slide out on the Glock 34 Gen 5, whereas the Glock 34 Gen 3, they did cut the slide out. And you see here on the Glock 35, this is the Glock 35, 40 cal, made in USA. This one's made in Austria. And what you notice is they did cut the slide out on the Gen 4 Glock 35, but they both had cutouts on the Gen 3 generation. So I did notice that's one difference they did. I got them basically both set up the same way, basically almost the same optics, the same mirror glow sights, tall sights, not suppressor, tall sights. So they're basically the same TLR ones, basically the same setup, and that's what that was intentionally. And I didn't feel I needed Talon grips because the grips is pretty good. And that's another thing with the larger pistols. I notice I don't really trip off Talon grips as much because I have so much real estate to purchase, to grab on, to hang on to, so to speak. So I don't really feel, and I got the medium back strap in here. So I don't feel like I really need Talon grips when I shoot these two firearms, which is very interesting because anybody follows my channel, I have Talon grips almost on every gun I have. But now this texturing is, for some reason, it feels a little rougher. Well, let me see. Now the Gen 5 34 feels a little rougher texture than, yeah, it's a little bit rougher texture on there. And I did notice this little detail. If you look closely right here, hope I can zoom that in on there. You see how it says Glock right there? If y'all seeing that, see how it says Glock? Now I noticed on this one, this is made in Austria. On this one, this was made in the USA. And this one, you see, they got the actual state of Georgia. Can y'all see that? The state of Georgia. Interesting. And then this one says made in USA, Glock Incorporated, Smyrna, Georgia. Now that's Smyrna, Georgia. I don't know. That's in Austria. I don't know whatever that a Providence in Austria. But my point is, the Glock logo is on that one, and then this one it has the state of Georgia right there. So a little small, little details. But yeah, that's what makes these two great firearms right here. Like I said, SWAT rolls with this one right here. A lot of law enforcement rolls with the 34 9mm. SWAT rolls with the 40. You'll find this gun a lot in law enforcement, and you'll find this firearm, the 35, more on like Homeland Security, Border Patrol, SWAT, Special Task Force agencies and stuff like that, tactical teams and stuff like that. They'll roll with the 40 cal. 40 cal's not dead. Again, only reason why you don't see it as much is because everybody is really completely addicted to 9mm, not just the consumer, even the manufacturers, but they don't really get addicted to anything. If you ain't gonna buy it, they ain't gonna make it. So people actually are wanting 9mm over 40 cal, and I'm not mad. I got 9mm. I got a bunch of them. Matter of fact, I got like 4 or 5 of them. But there's no way you can convince me that this is a better cartridge than this cartridge. I just believe this is a much more versatile cartridge than this. Has its place and it's very nice. It's fast. It's a great cartridge. But the 40 cal cartridge gives you more versatility for sure than a 9mm, because you can take it into a heavier combat situation or a more lethal situation and you hold your own. It's just a much better cartridge. You get more impact, more velocity. You know, it's maybe not as fast as the 9, but it ain't slow either. It ain't slow either. So you gotta like that. And this is a 15 round with a +2. So you ain't have to worry about capacity. And you do have the Clyde Drexler sticks, 22 rounders. This is a 17 round +2, got 19 9mm Federal HST on both of them. So the 9mm is awesome too. You ain't have to worry about magazine support because you got tons of that, and you got 33 round Larry Bird sticks you can put up in there. So yeah, these are two fantastic firearms. I just want to jump on and point that out to everybody. Let me know what you guys think, which one you like better. They both are identically the same firearms. Just one doesn't have the cutout slide, and the other one does. This one's not completely fully ambi. This one is completely fully ambi. This one's 9mm. This one's 40 cal. Pretty much the same optics on Zulus. Shout out to Zulus. I appreciate that. Fantastic firearms. Very reliable, very versatile, very durable. What can you say? It's a Glock. And you can carry them. I'll say that again. You can carry them. And if I was to carry this, either one of these firearms, it'll be in my Tier 1 concealed holster, Modern Samurai Project. This one right here holds both of these firearms. Bam, right there. This is how it looks with the mag in it. 40 cal, concealed carry. And you got the cut out the bottom, so you don't have to worry about the long slide because it's cut out the bottom if you had a comp or something. Not bad. Okay, so you don't want to rock with the 40 that day, you can just go ahead and rock the 34 9mm. There we go. Like again, look at the cutout right there. So there is holsters out there that this is a light bearing holster. This runs off the TLR 1HL, but you can pick whatever light you want. This Surefire X300, Nightcore, TLR 7A. You can pick whatever you want with this holster. And the mags goes up to 40 cal on this one, but they do have the 45 ACP mag carrier, but you got to buy that separately, or when you order this, you got to get that. But if you ever want to carry 9 or 40, you got to still have this one. So I just chose. I can carry my Glock 21 in this, but the mag won't fit in there, and I don't think it's worth buying another mag carrier because you have to take it all off and all that stuff. But yeah, so you can carry this. But this wasn't about the holster. This was about the two firearms and the versatility of the firearms. Both are very versatile, and to be honest with you, this one is a little bit more versatile because you can get a conversion barrel and get a 9 millimeter conversion barrel, and you can have two calibers in one gun. Okay, you can't convert this. This is 9. It has to be 9 all the way around because of the bore. I'm not flagging myself. It's a smaller hole. It's a smaller hole. Let me show you now. I'm not looking in like an idiot down the barrel, first of all. So you can see it's a smaller hole. So that means you can convert this one down, but you can't do anything with this one. But that's what I got for you, man. Let me know what you guys think about the Glock 34 and the Glock 35, and what do you think about 40 cal, and what do you think about 9 millimeter? Either way, it doesn't matter. I got both of them. That's how much I like them. So you don't get too carried away with the argument. I just wanted to know what y'all opinion was, and I like these two firearms. These are easily two of my favorite Glocks, and I will have a video coming out of my favorite Glocks, even though I like all of them. But I do have a favorite. But like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate everybody. Stay blessed.